time at Memorial Stadium for the 404th consecutive sellout. It's the Nebraska Cornhuskers hosting the Akron Zips for the home opener inside this iconic venue. Under center, single back as Johnson takes a snap, turn right hand off, Johnson up the middle, burst to the second level, there he goes, 35-30, near left numbers 20, 15, 10, 5, he's in, touchdown, Huskers! Finley claps for the snap, takes, hand off, and that's a safety, Jordan Gant is swung down by Cade Petchock. Snap to Finley, hand off to Gant, oh, he's thrown down ferociously, Willis McGahee. Now to Raiola, two-step drop, looks left, angles out left, rolling, throwing, caught, Lindenmeyer at the 4, and in for a Husker touchdown. That's right. Snap, Latif keeps, runs right, he's in, touchdown Huskers. And the Huskers now have 67 on the board, first career score for number 14.
A jam-packed Hy-Vee sounds of the game following Nebraska's 68-0 win over Akron. Hi, everybody. Welcome in alongside the head coach, Matt Rhule. I'm Jessica Cootie. Coach, you had record-shattered, personal best, career first, shutout, and a proposal. What pleased you the most about Saturday's win?
I think the fact that we were able to get everyone on the team into the game pretty much. That's something that these guys, they all work all year long. You want to have those moments where they can get in, and then I just love the fact that our team responded in the second half. It's one thing to be up, 33-0 or whatever it was at halftime, but to show a killer instinct and go out there and put the game away in the second half was really the mental, mindset step we wanted to take.
Complimentary football, right? All three phases making plays for you on Saturday.
Yeah, even when you have misfortune of fumbling at the 2 or not getting in on the goal line, trusting the fact that we're gonna either get a safety on defense or force a punt, have great punt returns. Everyone just kind of playing together, feeding off each other is what we want.
All right, great stuff. We got to step aside for a break. When we come back, we are going to take a look at all the action from the first half. Keep it here on the Husker Football Show presented by Medica. Welcome back to the Husker Football Show presented by Medica. Coach, those night games inside Memorial are pretty special.
Amazing. Even hearing the coaches yesterday talk about the light show and certainly the atmosphere, the student section, and then the loyalty of our fans as long as they stayed, it was all pretty special.
All right, so we get to first half action here. Akron gets the ball first to start the game, but here, you get your offense gets the ball first, and a big night here for Luke Lindenmeyer, the start of it.
Yeah, really nice. When you can have 2 tight ends on the field and still throw 4 verticals, push the ball down the field. I think that shows our versatility, and get to the 3rd and 2 play and explosive run. That was a run play that pretty much worked for us all night long. 47-yarder for Emmett Johnson, a career high. Quick 7-0 lead. We take another look at it. This is an area of his game he's really grown, right? Yeah, I love the fact that he's getting downhill. He still has the ability to make lateral cuts, but trusting his speed and outracing the defenders to the goal line is really the next step for him, and he's doing it.
So here is Akron's first drive, and your black shirts are swarming. You're really good on third down. Here's a third down here. Deshaun McCullough on the stop, but your defense was great on third down.
Yeah, I don't remember the final numbers were, but at one point it was like 0 for 8, and so and really being good on third down is really being good on first and second down, putting them in tough situations. I love this, trying to make plays down around the goal line, not letting them out, giving them no relief, and then Cade Petchock, the young guy, comes in. Great job by him of learning to play the tackle position as well, so he can get him on the field more.
Yeah, what did you see out of him all week for him to have a big night like this?
Really, he's had a great camp. He was just kind of playing at the same position as Cam and Will, and so challenged him and challenged Cam too to play a couple other positions, just to get our best people on the field, and it worked out.
Okay, so Akron pinned deep again here in your defense with another big stop. And that was the first incompletion. Dylan had 20 straight, which is a program record.
Yeah, I love the way Dylan's getting the ball out. And I think it was to 14 or 15 different receivers this game. You probably know the number better than me, but love the fact that we're not just highlighting one person or just picking and choosing, but going where the defense takes us.
Kick a field goal there. Kyle Keenan has been solid for you here to start the year, but here is a passing completion on the sideline. Rex Guthrie there on the coverage. Your secondary is pretty solid.
Yeah, they played outstanding football. To hold 2 teams, under 100 yards passing, is really difficult. And, Cincinnati went on last week to throw for 300 some yards after, we held them to 69 or whatever it was. So love the fact that those guys are playing well as a unit, and we're playing a bunch of guys.
Another huge hole for Emmett Johnson here and another big gain.
again, going back to what I talked about, that same run, the concept, the tight end's doing a great job. Heinrich and Carter coming back, making the block, but also Emmett trusting his speed and getting vertical.
How about a receiving touchdown to go along with his rushing touchdown, 19-0 for Nebraska.
Great job by Dylan, recognizing the blitz and getting the ball out of his hand, and a great scheme as well.
Willis McGahee played well for you here in this one.
Yeah, it was great to see Willis, get himself going. He's got a lot of energy, and he'll be a key contributor for us, so it was great to see him fly around.
Special moment incoming here with the offense with the ball back to Quinn Clark, his first career touchdown. He throws up the 32 in honor of his dad.
Yeah, fired up for him. I didn't love the fact he put the ball on the ground because I wanted to get it for him. So Dane went running over there and got the ball. I think the official was a little bit upset with him, but I think it was important that he got that football, especially with the way he wanted to honor his father.
Great coverage there again by your secondary. And here's Dylan. Here's Luke Lindenmeyer, his first career touchdown, and again, his night just getting started.
Yeah, and you love seeing these plays. You love seeing hustle plays. Dylan, extending the play, and Luke getting vertical, and it was great to see him get in the end zone.
You weren't as thrilled with this defensive series here.
No, we came out and they weren't afraid to drop back and throw the ball, and so we wanted to challenge the guys to put these guys away and not let them kind of hang around.
Did miss the field goal there, preserves the shutout, so 33-0 at the half. We're going to step aside for a break. Second half action coming up right after this here on the Husker Football Show presented by Medica. Welcome back. That was a look at Inside the Numbers presented by Eide Bailey. All right, we pick it up here. Second half action, 33-0 Nebraska leading Akron here at the half, and Akron with the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, unfortunately, they dropped the ball. Have a chance to tackle him inside the 10, but love seeing Mekhi Nelson getting, not just running the football, but making tackles on kickoff.
Short gain here by Akron will set up 3rd and 2, and it's Andrew Marshall here on this one.
Yeah, anytime your cover 2 corners making a tackle in the backfield, it's pretty special. I love the way Marshall's playing for us.
Boy, what a throw here by Dylan to Ja'Cory Barney here on the sideline.
Really an important play. They brought an all-out zero blitz. They had one more. Dylan shows the toughness to stand in there and make the throw, and Ja'Cory makes the play. Dylan showing his running ability there with the zone read, and we cap it off again with that downhill inside zone play.
Emmett back-to-back 100-yard games. He had a career-high 140 on the night and 2 rushing touchdowns to go along with a receiving touchdown. Not a bad stat line for Emmett.
No. My favorite part of the night was when Luke got engaged. You see Emmett, after all he did, he was celebrating like crazy, and that to me, it's none of the guys making it about themselves, but making it about their teammates. Defense, gives up another drive, but Riley comes through with a big block. Really happy for Van Poppies. He played his best game, and really this is something we needed right here.
He told me he was so excited he forgot that maybe he should go get the football. Dylan with all kinds of time here finds Ja'Cory Barney again over the middle. Ja'Cory with a career night receiving and on his punt return as well. Big night for him.
Yeah, the guy that we weren't sure on Monday if he was going to even play, and he goes out and does kind of what Ja'Cory does. He loves to play. And this is just a spectacular play. Great job by Dane of just continuing to work across the formation, even though, it wasn't wide open. And great catch, great throw. It's really special football there.
All right, so Akron back with the ball here on 2nd and 5. Again, good coverage by your secondary. And then on 3rd and 5, Rex Guthrie again going to come up here on the coverage there at the pass breakup.
Guth's done a great job getting in there and giving us quality reps. Really, really happy to see him playing. And then, you start to see what Isaiah Mosey can do. I think he's mad he didn't get in earlier because he didn't want to get tackled and played with tremendous passion. And I think you'll see his role continue to elevate.
Quentin Ives, great to see him healthy.
Yeah, he's been back for a couple weeks. Had a tough break this summer and fall, but good to see the explosive play from him.
54-0 Huskers, and Willis McGahee just missing getting to the quarterback. Then here on 2nd and 8, Jameer Khan is going to be on the coverage here.
Yeah, great to see Jameer out there. Malcolm went down in the game, and Jameer stepped up. And then great play by Justin right here, 4th down. Really had 2 guys out there, a chance for them to make a big play, and just Justin with great effort ends up making it.
TJ Latifin at quarterback, and here's Mekhi Nelson. This was an electric play as well up the sideline.
Yeah, it's hard to get a shutout. It's hard to score that many points because you put your 2nd and 3rd teams in, and most people expect the quality of play to drop off, but I thought TJ, Mackay, Isaiah, so many of the guys, they continue to play at a high level, and the game did not look too big for TJ. Really, really excited to see what he did out there.
Electric play with his feet, sets up here short, and Mackay Nelson punches it in. So you had a bunch of guys getting into the end zone.
Yeah, and I love the way the tape looked for those guys. You see a bunch of guys making plays here. Maverick Noonan, gets on the ball, gives us a chance to get down in the red zone, and then you see TJ doing it again, bringing the added element of his ability to run the football.
You mentioned it. I mean, just loved his demeanor. He had great poise for you guys.
Yeah, I've kind of been saying it all along. Not much affects the young man. I mean, he's got a lot of juice, and he's got a lot of confidence. He works really hard. Then you see some of our guys, Ashton Murphy there, Ethan Duda, Landon Davidson, all getting in. Ashton gets the sack. Those moments are big.
Yeah, first shutout, since 2009, had over 700 total yards for your offense, and in the highlight package, we called several different Huskers names.
Yeah, a lot of guys got involved. I mean, I was really pleased at the end of the game in the fourth quarter on the sidelines, just watching, the Sierra Wrights, Andrew Marshall, Marquise Buford, just the ways in which they were supporting the guys out on the field. And again, a lot of times you get a shutout, because you don't put those, other kids in. But we have a bunch of really good football players, a bunch of guys that can be starters. They're just waiting their opportunity, and I think you saw a glimpse of what a lot of those guys can do once they were able to get in the game.
Good stuff. 68-0 in the final as Nebraska moves to 2-0 on the season. We got to step aside for a break. When we come back, it's time for this week's Corn Husker Conversation. We hear from Archie Wilson. Keep it here on the Husker Football Show. Welcome back to the Husker Football Show. It's time for this week's Corn Husker Conversation presented by Woodhouse. This week we hear from the guy that's stolen all of the hearts of Husker Nation, the punter, Archie Wilson.
Australian sensation. To punt this away, takes the punt snap, a step to his right, little pooch.
Look at this.
Wobbler lands at the 9, bangs out of bounds far side. And there you go, perfect.
I don't know, I think I'm just still in awe. The amount of things that I could be doing right now. Yet I'm walking around this place, punting a football with a bunch of who are now mates every day in a different country. I'm still a little kid at heart, so I just feel like I'm still almost still visiting the place. Like I know that, like I'm here and this is my life, and like I'm doing everything I can to help the team, but I'm walking every day and it's like, this is as good as it gets.
Archie started walking when he was 8 months old. And I think he started kicking a ball pretty much straight away after that. Every night when Lee got home from work, there was balls flying backwards and forwards in our lounge room constantly for hours on end. So he's been doing it since he's literally 1 year old.
And the main sport I started playing was footy, Australian football. And then, it would have been a couple of years ago, I was like, I don't even know how I heard about it. I just heard about punting and I was like, I could totally do that. Maybe 2023, started thinking about it, bought like the cheapest, worst football. It was horrendous, but I'd go practice with it. But then it would have been early 2024, I was watching the college football playoff and I was like, oh, this is sick.
And he sort of looked at that and he said, I think I'd be okay at that. And then the Pro Kick program in Australia started getting a bit more popular. We saw some media on it, and then he sat down and said, well, what do you think, Dad? And I said, do it. Send the email in, inquire, and just let's go on the journey. And I went to his first practice training, and he's never looked back since that moment.
I was just warming up one morning. One of the coaches just came up to me and she walked up to me one morning. He's like, Arch, your life's going to change today.
He walked up to Archie and he said, are you ready for your life to change? And we went, wow. And he went, cool. And then he ran on to training and started kicking the ball. And that was it.
Like it took me a second process. Like I'm actually moving to Nebraska and playing there.
And now he's as he said, he's here. So he couldn't be happier. It's amazing.
I think Coach Eck is the only coach that actually saw me punt. He really does actually just like care for you. It almost like he talks to you like he's an equal with you. And it's almost like he's trying to help you. He's not authoritative where he's like telling you, this is my way, this is what we're doing. One of the first things he said to me is like, hey, we're gonna build this around what you can do with your feet, because you're the one that's got to go out there and punt it. That was the first like football side of thing that was like, okay, this is really good as a person.
To make us feel that special and look after us and embrace our kids and Archie, and it was, couldn't think anything but confidence that we're going to get looked after. Couldn't be happier, he couldn't be in a better place. When we saw the stadium for the first time and he looked up and he said, this is my home ground.
Why do I walk around here with like a smile every time? The amount of things that I could be doing right now, yet I'm walking around this place. I'm still just in shock at the state of the place.
It's a special place in there.
So excited to be here too.
You got no idea.
No idea how excited he is to be here.
Anything you need, let me know.
I think he generally is comfortable in his own skin and who he is, and enjoys being friendly and having people being friendly around him. And I think you give what you want to get back. He believes he belongs here.
Fantastic story, fantastic family, and you didn't have to punt, so Archie didn't have to play, but I can promise you there's nobody more happy about that than Archie Wilson on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, he's a football player. He's a competitor. You know, he was actually in the building on Thursday or Friday with his family and his friends, and even his dad was saying, hopefully he doesn't play. So he's a guy that the whole team loves and respects.
Yeah, and a big weapon for you too.
There's no doubt when we do need him, he's going to be really, really, really impressive.
Awesome. All right, we've got to step aside for a break. We're back to wrap up the show next. Welcome back. Final segment here of the Husker Football Show presented by Medica. We showed Luke Lindenmeyer's highlights and first career touchdown. She said yes, he's engaged now after the game.
Yeah, fired up for him. I thought it was really cool the way that the team was able to be around it. Not that I mean, I want them to have that moment. Obviously, it's about them, and I know her family was there. His family was there. He coordinated that really well ahead of time, and then focused on the game. I thought it was pretty interesting. We got him on camera ahead of time talking about how nervous he was. So it was good to see the honest side of it.
All right, 11 a.m. coming up on Saturday against Houston Christian. A lot of great film to build off of going in from this week, from week 2 to week 3.
Yeah, a lot of guys got a chance to play. So for some guys, this is really like week 1 to week 2 for them. For some guys, week 2 to week 3. But we're doing a lot of good things. We have some things we have to clean up, and so this is another week for us to continue to get better and play guys. And Houston Christian comes in with a great defense. They're 1-1, so we have to be ready to play our best game.
All right, best of luck. Thanks for being here.
You.
With head coach Matt Rhule, I'm Jessica Coody. Thanks for watching the Husker Football Show.